So Affinity Designer is the vector program that comes from Affinity, and it competes with Illustrator. Once again, it's very similar to the actual Illustrator program because they know that people are coming over from Adobe products and they want to make things familiar while still changing things up just a little bit. And you have different personas. So most of the time we're in the designer persona, and that is the vector persona, where pretty much everything you do is vector based. But they also have in the same within the same program is the pixel persona, which allows you to do a lot of cool stuff with brushes and stuff and combine the two worlds in one program. So let's go ahead and make a new document. And as you can see, a lot of these are really familiar to us. We have the node tool, the pen tool, pencil. We have a lot of the same kind of things. You have, over here we have fill and stroke, just like we would see in an Adobe product. It's kind of, might be in a different spot, but it's still here, the magnifying glass, all kinds of stuff. And, shapes that are vector shapes. You can fill it, change the color, just really simple, basic stuff. The pen tool works exactly as you'd expect it to, where we could create really cool shapes, and then you can go back in and you can adjust them as needed. We can move our handles around, all that stuff to make really complicated, really cool designs. And for the most part, I love Designer. I think it's pretty awesome. When you go over here to the pixel persona, the way it lets you load all kinds of cool brushes and then get some neat pixel effects. Oops, I should probably increase the size of that. Yeah, you get some really neat looking brushes. I've installed a whole bunch of cool like nature brushes and stuff. There's a whole world of things that you can do. A texture on top of things, and then you can go right back into the vector persona and still further mess with the vectors, while the pixel persona still has that placed and ready to go as well. So it's a pretty cool program. I think the move from Illustrator to Designer is pretty seamless for everything that I do, but I know that there are some limitations. They're just limitations that I personally, and the things that I've done, like with texturing and stuff, that I've never fallen into. So I don't see them totally changing the way, or not allowing me to do things, or my students to do things that they would do in a normal journalism class. So I think it's a pretty good deal. Designer works pretty well for what I would need it to do.